Welcome back everybody, it's DestinysJesus here. Today we've got the fifth part of our series on how to W key. Going to be looking at my boy MARTOZ, the exploit king, a whole load of use of different tips and tricks that you can implement into your game, as well as a couple different strategies in terms of like pickaxe baiting, a couple new things on piece control, as well as some different things that you can do to condition your opponent and just play a little bit with patience to catch opponents off guard. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll leave a timestamp to a bunch of things up on screen now, and enjoy. This is a really nice example of how far you can slide cones, as well as a couple of different things you can do with pickaxe baiting. As he goes for this replace there, he immediately forces the cone down below in this guy's box, prevents him from backwards ramping or just reboxing quick enough. It's a free shot there. Then obviously as soon as he takes that shot, the charge, he places the wall and then edits through to continue fighting. Then here, this is a really nice pickaxe bait. Doesn't get the wall straight away, then he goes for the pickaxe there, he just pulls it out, stops, and the guy edits. Because MARTOZ did the double swing on the initial break and didn't get it, then as soon as he pulls his pickaxe out, that's kind of already conditioned the other guy to expect to edit straight away to get a counter peek, right? A little bit of psychology there, where the guy expects to get a shot off first because of what MARTOZ did before, and it kind of baits him out into getting a free shot. This is another example of how good MARTOZ is at pre-firing people and how you can do it consistently. This is the Mitro thing I talked about a while ago, where you wait for the blueprint to pop out. So look what MARTOZ does here. He waits patiently, baits the pickaxe swing, again, really useful to start getting in the habit of doing. And how he gets this pre-fire off, look. You see, as soon as the guy pulls out his pencil there, then he goes for that shot. I'll slow it down one more time just so you guys can see. All you want to do is wait as soon as the guy's shotgun goes down, and you see that blueprint pop out just a little bit there, then you want to shoot immediately, because it means the guy's going to edit. Especially how a lot of players are sort to edit on release. As soon as they actually pull out the edit menu, you can basically pre-fire and get a shot off. It's something very standard that MARTOZ does the whole time. Whenever he approaches the wall, you always get the wall one shot and then maybe baits a pickaxe swing or charging. And then how you want to get that pre-fire there is you basically just want to wait for the opponent's hand to move. This is when somebody's holding the wall, is their blueprint is up and the pencil's down. And then when they go to edit the wall, their pencil will go up and their blueprint will go down, right? You just want to look for a little bit of movement and then time your pre-fire at that proper timing. If Bloomy does it real quick, as he grabs the wall here, you can see the pencil move as he holds the edit, right? See the pencil move? That's how you can know when you're about to go for a pre-fire. This clip is a couple of really nice things that you need to start doing. First thing is this bait pickaxe that MARTOZ does when going for this wall replace. Look here, the wall's one shot. He baits his pickaxe once, and then he finally goes for the committing swing there. That will kind of mess up the guy's timing if he was to go for a counter peek, as well as allow MARTOZ to get like one of his pre-fire shots he's really known for. Here he gets the cone slide, nice round peak there, and then look at this edit he goes for, as well as his movement here. He goes for this edit straight away. He does this bottom triangle just like so. Then he transitions over, gets the edit here, and look at his movement. This whole time as he's going for this edit, he swings completely left. Look here, swings completely left, moves out the way of the guy. So when the guy goes for a shot, he basically just misses and barely hits MARTOZ. Being in the habit of swinging left is so important whenever you're having a mid-game fight or whenever you've got some guy trapped, because most of the time they're going to try going for one of those clutch 200 pumps, and if you just swing left and then swing back into them, they're going to miss it. This is something super useful that's really important of getting the hang of anytime you're fighting mid-game. You can practice really easily in arena. It's basically conditioning your opponent into thinking that you're going to make a mistake and then punishing them as they try to punish you, right? Really good example of this is from MARTOZ in this clip here. He approaches from the top, nice piece control to get the cone straight away. And look what he does here. He insta double swings, right? And that kind of baits out the guy in the box to think, oh, he's going to instantly swing on me again. So MARTOZ here, he waits a good amount of time. Now this guy goes for a nice low ground shot. This normally would catch somebody off who insta swings their pickaxe and tries to replace. MARTOZ instead just waits, gets a charge and gets a free kill. That might seem a bit dumb from the guy in the box, but if you just play patiently and wait for the other guy inside the box that you're pushing to make a mistake, chances are, especially in arena or in early round competitions, they're just going to make the mistake for you, right? And you don't even need to regress them, they'll just do it for you. This is another really important example of how important having a little bit of patience is when you actually come into your fights, right? Never just approach a fight and instantly start swinging on a wall, because you don't exactly know what the other player is going to do, right? You always want to gauge their behavior and see what they're going to do. Especially because a lot of controller players, especially, not naming any names, but it's kind of a theme, right? Is they like to edit out instantly and try a single G, right? As MARTOZ drops on this wall, I see them do this a lot, is as soon as he drops, he just plays patient and just waits to see if the guy does anything. If the guy does any kind of top right edit, right, like the clicks kind of peanut butter, anywhere in this region, MARTOZ has a nice angle looking in from this left hand side where he can get a shot. If not, he just waits, charges a shot, and the guy runs straight out. This might seem like a dumb play from the guy in the box, but this is so common. And if you guys have this situation happen where you feel like you die to bad players a lot, it's probably just because you rush the start of your fights too much. This is another example where a little bit of patience is a virtue when it comes to fighting players who are really impatient and just want to rush their fights, right? Make sure you create a lot of distance between yourself and the enemy as you approach the fight. So in this case, MARTOZ has another pickaxe bait, really important. And look at the distance he's got here, right? He knows the guy inside the box has that tack. So he plays his charge, plays his range, and just keeps his distance. And that means whatever kind of peek this guy does, right? MARTOZ is normally just going to win the trade, especially with the range, with the tack. Hits like a Nerf gun, right? Plays his range and is basically always able to hit his shot there. Just good awareness, baiting the pickaxe swing, as well as making sure that he's watching what the guy's hands are doing inside the box, if he's going to do an edit or not. This is something short, but if you're ever approaching from above and you don't want a 50-50 of the shockwave as you come in, you can get control just like that. Go 3 tiles away and you can get the double edit from above and finish the guy off really quick. This is a really nice play that MARTOZ does to basically catch somebody off going for a Mongol Classic, as he lets the guys take the wall and then he moves towards the guy and then finishes him off. Basically how he does this is he stands towards the front third of the box. As the guy takes the wall, he knows exactly what kind of edit he's going to do just based on where the guy's looking, right? You see he's looking down here. You know he's going to do a right hand peek and swing into MARTOZ. So he moves forward, MARTOZ moves forward to his left, comes into the guy. His crosshair placement's not messed up at all. He can keep it perfectly at headshot level. That's dodge bump. This is one of those rare moments when MARTOZ isn't actually using all the rare mechanics to his advantage. In this situation here, whenever you're reviving somebody, hold out your charge and make sure you have a full charge ready, right? This works both ways. If somebody sees that you're reviving, they won't expect you to have a full charge ready and you can just shoot them in the face. Or if somebody is chasing you and trying to find where you're at, where you're reviving, they'll hear that charge and be less likely to push in, and maybe you can get one of those clutch revives off. It's super useful to get in the habit of doing, and make sure you do it during trios. This is that really nice movement tip that I showed earlier in terms of what he's doing in his box when a guy's going for the Mongol Classic on him, right? Guy takes his wall and cracks his shield. MARTOZ knows he's going to open up, right? And players, especially, they don't like to just open up and go for a shot now. Everybody's got so mechanical just from playing like clicks, box sights and stuff, right? They're always trying to force that centerpiece control. And sometimes it can get you punished, right? If you're a player that fighting against is good movement. MARTOZ, you see, he moves towards his front third of the box, phases through the ramp. His crosshair is still exactly the same and basically like perfectly level with the guy's head. Go to hit a headshot there. And the guy is just holding his stair out, can't reset the wall in time. What this other player should have done is when he's got this right hand peek around the corner like so, just force a cone in, then do that cone that MARTOZ does. Don't try to force the stair in when you've got the right hand peek. You may as well force a cone and just bully the guy with right hand peeks. This little bit of movement is really useful for somebody as they're taking a wall. You want to move towards them, and this will catch them off guard as they go for the Mongol Classic, right? It will kind of mess up their timing and also be phased so you were to get a free shot. Basically, all you want to do is just make sure you stand towards the front third. A good gauge for this is this little center beam here. It's not quite in the front third, so as you place the ramp, you see I'll be phasing through it. There's another application of this which is really useful. Let's say you're fighting from defensively on the box right here. What you can do is place a ramp on yourself from below, then double edit up and catch somebody at an unexpected angle where you're phased and they won't really see you properly. It's something small that's quite useful, but you can basically use crash pads in any fashion to get in a box. It doesn't matter what kind of wall's between you, you go through it in one hit. As well as you can use it to go diagonally through a box as well, which I'll show later on. Basically, you can just go straight through any wall the guy completely caught off by, and also pulling out a crash pad makes no audio noise, which just makes it really useful for exploiting in. Here's 2 short crash pad tips you can do. You can do this at diagonal, and this also works through any type of pre-built structure like a house. You can just throw it, come out the diagonal, and you'll pop straight into the guy's box. If you really want to catch somebody out, take high ground on them, and as you drop on the crash pad, so drop on the wall, just throw it as you drop, and then you'll bounce straight in and be able to kill them. This is something that MARTOZ showed off a while ago. It's a really nice little trick you can do when you've got some guy underneath the stair. So in this situation, there's a guy underneath the stair here. MARTOZ obviously checks that the guy's not going to rebox, and then he uses his door that he edited earlier, jumps on top of the door, just like so, and then flips the stair. The guy's crosshair level is completely off, and MARTOZ can normally get a free kill just by doing this, since the guy's not looking in the correct direction. This is a really useful trick for catching your opponent off guard. Make sure to practice it in creative a little bit, because it is a bit finicky with getting used to it, as well as make sure to always do it in brick whenever you do it in game. This This is a really useful part of your gameplay that you should be doing in terms of piece control that I saw resub cover. It's basically whenever you go for these extended walls up top, you always want to make sure as soon as you get that, you get the cone off up top, right? MARTOZ gets this big shot here, he gets this extended wall up top, and then straight away his muscle memory is to box the guy in completely. Make sure he gets that top piece straight away, so the guy can't go out, and then he gets these back walls, traps him in, and the guy's completely stuck. If you don't know who Resub is, he does really good like educational commentary. And he's pretty useful to check out if you guys are interested in that sort of thing. This is a really good example of how you can control somebody's centerpieces and use that to make them make a mistake. MARTOZ, as he expands, he grabs that cone outside, gets the wall, really important, and then he gets this cone straight away, right? This guy's reaction as soon as he has this, as he sees MARTOZ coming through the wall, is to place a ramp and get away. You see how he's trying to hold his ramp out, right? Completely with his builds out, looking like a fish. MARTOZ also gets his back wall here. The guy tries running into that wall because now his reaction with the stair has gone away. He has to think of something else quickly. He's completely panicking. And he's completely stuck. Can't go anywhere. Making sure you know what you can grab at all points is so important. That's why, let's say a map like Raiders free build course with the actual pieces is so really important with the pre-built pieces. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well as a little preview on screen. That is so important for you guys getting better at your piece control. As well as Raiders box out practice map V2, it's super important. This clip was 3 really nice things done in a really short time sequence, so I'll try to break it down as quick as possible. This was just really nice how he sets up here, and then you see how he immediately, as he comes down the cone, he's on the highest position available on the cone, like very high up, so you can get a nice peek on this guy. Whatever angle this guy did, this is kind of a bad angle by him, but because of how elevated MARTOZ is, he's got a nice angle in, so that's how he gets that free initial damage. Immediately sets up the exploit of the crash pad, good crossover placement here, to come through, get next tag off, and as he actually gets in the box with the guy, it's something really nice that I don't see enough players doing. But as you're breaking this ramp like this, right, and the guy's expecting you to come through, if you're healthy, just place the ramp over your head so the guy can't get anything off. Rather than forcing a cone slide where it's more of a 50-50 and the guy can go behind the cone or he can move around or face it, which might make it awkward for shooting. Just place the ramp straight away. The guy's trapped in with the box with you. That's Pickaxe skill. That's all for this video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the content or learned anything new. And also make sure to subscribe with notifications on because I'm going to be posting so many really useful videos throughout the whole of solo FNCS and the dream hacks coming up.